Alright, so this is going to be a quick tutorial showing you how to flash the no left plus right firmware onto any QMK or Keychron keyboard. And before we get started, make sure you've watched the entirety of my debounce tutorial to get, the QMK firmware and all of that stuff installed, and so that you can go ahead and get the 17 milliseconds debounce thing flashed onto your keyboard. So that should make it so you don't really drop inputs anymore when you're playing the game. And once you've done that, go ahead and navigate to your QMK_firmware folder and go to keyboards. And for me, I get a Keychron and then K10 Pro. This will follow whatever kind of keyboard you have. The layout is ANSI, and I have a white backlight instead of RGB. And then go ahead and go to key maps, default, and you should find a keymap.c file. I can't promise it's going to be in the exact same location on everyone's computer, but that's where it is for the Keychron K10 Pro. So go ahead and open that sucker up in any text editor and go ahead and scroll to the bottom, press enter a couple times, and you're going to want to copy all the code from the top link in the description and just Control V to paste it. And you can see this is just code that I wrote that handles left plus right the exact same as it does on any emulator, so that even if you had that option disabled, there would be zero difference whatsoever. And this makes it so that you can play on something like a Mister without having to worry about pressing left and right at the same time. So once you do that, go ahead and save it. And then you're going to want to run the same command that you ran earlier to build the debounce firmware. So this should include the debounce modification and the left plus right modification. So go ahead and hit enter and make sure that it builds correctly. And while it's building, I want to quickly mention that whatever keys you're using for up, down, left, and right, you need to define right here. So for WASD being up, down, left, and right, these are the key codes that you use. And you can find the key codes that your keyboard uses from this thing. I'm pretty sure for left, it's just KC_left, but I'm not 100% sure. So just make sure you can find the right key codes for whatever you're using, because this is only going to apply the left plus right fix to these specific keys that you've defined in this enum. Yeah, you can see it visually right here that these are the arrow keys. You have up, down, left, and right. So if you're using the arrow keys, you need to change this to KC up instead of KCW, KC down instead of KCS, and so on. Alright, so it looks like it compiled all good. So once you know that the firmware is valid and everything, go ahead and put your keyboard into bootloader mode. I showed you how to do that in the debounce tutorial, but yeah, just for me, I have to unplug my keyboard, start holding escape, and then plug it back in. Now it's in bootloader mode. I can't do anything, and then I need to press the up button to be able to get back to the previous command. But if you forgot to open your on-screen keyboard, you can find it in the accessibility settings. So let me do that really quick. All right, up, shift, flash. All right, enter, and it should do its thing. Alright, it looks like it's working, so to confirm that it's actually functional, go ahead and go to the second link in the description, and that should bring you to this page. So go ahead and hit start keyboard test, and you can start holding A. If you start holding D, you'll see that nothing is pressed. Let go of A, D starts being pressed. Let go of D, nothing's being pressed. It's the same case W and S. So as you can see, it's impossible to left plus right on this keyboard, which means that it is valid for speedruns. So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and yeah, I hope you have a great day.